sacrifice something for knowledge and wisdom. Hey everybody, it's your girl Griselda. How y'all doing today? I wanted to add a little video addendum to my post, the one I posted today with the story about Odin and sacrificing his eye in order to be able to have access to a deep, powerful truth and wisdom. You know, our mothers went through suffering to give birth to us. The Big Bang was a very dramatic event. Khalil Gibran says on pain is the breaking of the shell which encloses our understanding. So this idea that suffering is and can be the doorway into wisdom and gnosis, Gnosis, and self-knowledge and self-understanding. It's not something that I've made up. It seems to be a pretty natural law of the universe. So I personally do not wish suffering on people, but I also do know at the same time that if life is just too comfortable all the time and people are just too coddled, remain unchallenged, that there also will be no growth there. One of my favorite philosophers, Wilhelm Reich, he writes inside of a book called The Murder of Christ. He talks about how basically humanity fights each other and that wars are fought to earn the right to sit. I guess to some, earning the right to sit is earning the right to sit in peace. And that's totally understandable too. But if we sit for too long and are in peace for too long, we are going to be unaware of the Wetiko, the parasitical form that tries to come for us. And then what happens when this parasitical form to the Gnostics is called the demiurge. In psychology, it's the psychosis of narcissism, sociopathy, or psychopathy. If we don't sharpen our swords, then we become the food that this parasitical form searches out to feed off of. Then sitting in comfort, never unchallenged, never understanding the experience of oppression on some level, winds up creating what I call the dodo bird effect. The dodo birds were made extinct because when the Dutch arrived on the island that they had been living on alone for a long time, they were not scared of them because they didn't have any more predators there. So back to the idea of sacrifice for wisdom, that a sacrifice or price must be paid for knowledge, for real embodied wisdom knowledge. That's just the way that it is. We can't just sit back and become a dodo bird and then think to know all of the secrets of the universe because we were never challenged. We were never forced to fight for that. It makes me think about this parable about the gardener and that it is better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in the war. But we have to realize that we are living in a war. And that's something that I'm not making up either. Isn't it plain to see? It takes a little bit of a willingness to be humble, to allow ourselves to be humbled by new experiences, by perspectives and knowledge that forces maybe a little bit more ego death so that we can make room for more wisdom. All right, thanks for listening. Talk to y'all later.